Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of HBM Mod. Last episode, we got ourselves some oil from a combination oven. Also, I had somebody tell me I need to make a crucible today. And I've already done this. But that was on the first episode of this series. Somebody told me to do this and wow. That's crazy. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Yeah, you don't want to fall into one of them. Oh wow, how did I live through that? That's crazy. How does that happen? So yeah, we made some coal gasoline, some coal oil. Now the coal oil, actually, crude oil. Crude oil is going into the heater. It's going into a refinery. Did we make the refinery last episode, or is that something I did between? I don't even know. Anyway, so this guy, he's gonna be cooking up some light oil, some petroleum gas, naphtha, all kinds of goodies that we're gonna be able to use. All of it coming from coal. Yeah, we ain't gonna be drilling for oil. We're gonna be drilling for coal. Okay then, so let's get started with what we're gonna be doing, which is getting that thing up and running. I want to make some electricity poles. Electricity poles. See these guys here? These guys are nice. They allow you to do a ton of things, and they aren't too expensive. Just some wood and some copper cable, and you got one of those. So, okay, I guess I'll be using all of our Minecraft grade copper on this, and shove that into there. 2 ingots of iron, like so. And now I'll just right click this, so that way it's not dark and you all can see my beautiful inventory. Very organized, very nice. We got insulators right there. I don't got... Oh, I do got cable. There we go. Let's actually ask the book what we need to do. Because, we haven't read the book in a while. And, it's been a while since we actually looked at this. So we already done all this. Early machinery. I already know about everything. For the most part. It'd have to be really obscure for me not to already know about it, so... Petrochemicals. What are these guys? Liquid fuels, such as gasoline, diesel, and kerosene, and much more. Advanced machinery. Industrial generator, of course, is a part of that. I don't know what generator we're gonna go for, but I think that's gonna be our next step after we get oil processing. Because oil equals energy. Actually, you know, I learned about something recently. So I learned about some science. Basically, you can't make energy at all. It's only stored. So basically, in a chemical, it's like oil. It's stored in oil, and then when you actually go and do a chemical reaction with the oil, such as adding a spark to the oil, it releases the energy inside the oil. And of course, you can't actually create energy because it's just stored in things like oil. That's crazy. But what else is crazy is that I've almost got this thing done. I just need some wood planks. And I can make some wood planks like so. Boom, boom. I thought this would need ring coils, but I was wrong about that, and I think it just needs... It's kind of fitting that we're playing HBM's nuclear tech mod, but I've been researching this lately about energy being produced or created. And also, you could theoretically create elements of a higher mass by doing fusion. But, fission produces elements of a smaller mass because it basically breaks apart a big element into a bunch of tiny ones, and some neutrons sometimes other particles, and it's kind of depends on what you're messing with. But you can actually calculate energy yield by doing E equals mc squared. Which basically means energy equals mass times the constant of the speed of light, basically, squared. If that makes any sense at all. And you also have to do a bunch of other calculations, like you have to figure out how much mass are you actually losing in a nuclear reaction. For example, uranium-235 in fission, losing, you know, it does actually lose mass from fission. But some of that mass just becomes energy. It's interesting. It's definitely something I recommend you go and research for yourself. It's kind of kind of a cool thing that I didn't know back when I recorded this. And I sound stupid back then. Or I just didn't think it was important to mention that. Which is probably the case, because I probably did know about that at the time, but I just really didn't care that much. Because that guy ain't providing enough power. And I'm having issues, because there's zombies coming over here. Hello, good sir. I'm gonna go ahead and, okay, that works a little too well. I probably shouldn't have done that, because I could have used him for food. I heard the thing go, so we definitely got enough energy in that thing to make this thing run. Of course, I think we need to upgrade our power generation today. So we got hot crude oil, heavy oil, naphtha, light oil, petroleum gas. Petroleum is used for other things besides fuel. Well, actually, it can be used as fuel, but that's not something we're going to be using it for. We're going to be making it into bakelite and polymer and things like that. I need to turn this guy off for now, though. So, you'll see I got a bunch of good old products over here. And these guys can be used to make a bunch of things. What you want to do is type into NEI here, provides. Now, if you type in provides, it will bring up basically anything that can be used for heat or combustion. So we'll see here, we got vacuum heavy oil. This comes from a vacuum refinery, very expensive piece of equipment that requires you to get a reactor and also bismuth. But that's pretty easy. I can show you all how to get bismuth. It's not as hard as it may seem in this version. It seems pretty hard at first because you can't just make it into RBMK. Now you'll see we got light oil, which is 1,000,000 thermal units per tick. It's actually useful for other things though. What I'm mostly interested in is this naphtha, because naphtha is pretty easy to process, I'm pretty sure. It just needs to be processed in a thingy. Now there's a zombie coming. And you can reform it, solidify it, coke it, or fraction it. So fractioning gives you diesel. I'm also pretty interested in getting us some good items now, because we can make dash. And what is dash good for? Well, some may say absolutely nothing, but me, I say dash is your best friend, especially this early on. We're gonna be making a dash pickaxe, some other dash things, because dash is the future. For some reason, I have a buildup of coal tar creosote, and I believe that has something to do with the bitumen, or bitumen, or however it is. So bitumen is actually... Let's see about getting rid of this bitumen, because this stuff is in the way. Bitumen, what can I do with bitumen? I can, absolutely no option to use them as fuel, except crude oil from cracking, and I think that's what we'll do. So this guy right here is a cracking tower, and these guys are kind of expensive. Not too bad though. This is 24 steel. This is like 10 steel, so that's 34 steel. Plus, you're going to need another 12, so that's more like, that's like 50, that's 46 steel right there. Not too bad. We'll get started making steel then. Oh my, because that is gonna be a bit of steel that I definitely don't have right now. Alright, so we're gonna be spending like the next few episodes on making oil. Well, actually making petroleum, but I'm focusing here on this, not what I should be doing, which is getting coal, shoving the coal in the machine, and letting the machine do all the good stuff to the coal that makes oil. So yeah, that was a big mistake I made, and it basically cost me like a few episodes where I could have been getting us to this thing, which is what we do. But I do get all the coal eventually. Stirs for our gas. I feel like that's kind of dumb, but also I kind of love this mod, so I won't complain, and I also won't say that it's kind of dumb, because this mod is too good for that. Well, just imagine these aren't plastic canisters we're making. I need to make petroleum ID right here. You'll also know that petroleum is a good fuel once you actually don't want to use it for polymer, but we're not at the point where we can do that yet. So this guy right here, petroleum gas, can be turned into, well, reformant gas, which is pretty good on its own. Very nice stuff. But you won't be making a lot of that until later on, until you get a good refinery set up. Okay, so this is just absolutely boring, because, why am I talking about liquid petroleum? We're not even to that point yet. We are not even there. We should be working on something else, like actually, getting coal. Yeah, that would be way more interesting. I could tell you all about coal. Power generation, it is so good. It is, it's very nice if you don't have access to the catalytic reformer, which is kind of expensive. Why did I make a petroleum gas ID? I need a bitumen ID. Is this bitumen? That's not bitumen. Let's just go ahead and ignore the fact that I made the wrong ID here and just, let's just make the right ID and ignore the fact that it's wrong. Okay, just give me a second. Bonk. Okay, time to make the actual right ID. We need bitumen. Yeah, vitamin. So this guy's gonna fill up with bitumen, which is kind of useless to us, except we can crack it later on for more oil. Yeah, that's right. You thought coal oil wasn't enough oil? Well, now we got extra oil, and well, it's kind of going now. It's actually processing. Wow, this is nice. This guy don't have any fuel. That's not good. Well, then I will power that guy using some coal ashes and regular ashes. So here we go. Just gonna shove these guys into there, and boom, he's getting some nice heat. Turning that into hot oil, processing it, petroleum gas. We're gonna need a lot of petroleum gas, and this method isn't looking very good for making it. You need enough to make 4 polymer bars. So holy crap. You should just get an oil derrick and not do what I'm doing. But let's see here. Petroleum gas. You need a lot of it. You need 2,000 for 1,000 of this. So no, we're not making that soon. But actually, so I pronounce a lot of things wrong. I don't know if I pronounce bitumen wrong. I don't even know. But I've been told bauxite. It's actually bauxite. I like to call it bauxite though, because it just sounds cooler. But I didn't actually know it was called bauxite, and I've been told this. So I'm probably gonna keep calling it bauxite. It sounds cool. I like that better than bauxite. It's like aluminium is like just cooler than aluminum. That's just such a cool way of saying it. And why do I keep talking about something we can't even do yet? Liquid petroleum gas? Why? It doesn't matter. We are not there yet. We'll have a fission reactor before we even think about doing this. And then I don't even know what I'm gonna do with clay bricks, but I'll just make giant bricks for absolutely no reason, just for fun. Seems like a fun thing to do. But the reason I got to thinking about that is because I'm thinking about coal and making high carbon steel. Right? Yeah, imagine if I got a bunch of clay bricks and was able to make steel using some kind of makeshift oven. Now that's interesting, because basically when you add coal and iron together, I don't know if it necessarily produces steel, but if you have enough carbon and you get that mixed in with the steel, or the iron, that could increase the strength of it. Of course, I don't actually have any iron, so I don't know what I would carbonize. I would probably carbonize like tin or something. But that wouldn't be very strong now, would it? What the heck is this? Oh, it's tungsten? I don't need tungsten, I'll just put that back. Oh, look at me putting back ores I don't need. Who does this? I don't think I've seen anybody else play a Minecraft video and then put back an ore while they're mining. Of course, I don't think I've seen anybody else go mining. I don't know. I could be wrong. Now, if I did manage to make steel in my backyard, which I probably won't do that at all, but if I did, so more lately I've been doing mining in these videos, and it's quite nice. So basically, if you ever make videos, people do not like to see mining. So you want to avoid making mining videos. Do not do. Well, maybe you could if it's like a very interesting mining mod, like there's one that makes it so like you could have cave-ins. That's very interesting. But for the most part, people do not like tedious tasks, and they don't like you doing the same thing over and over again. which is the problem that I'm having right here. I'm doing the same thing over and over again, except this mining is actually a good break because it's like breaking up the other stuff. So this is how you would integrate mining into your video, is that you integrate something boring in the middle of your actual entertaining stuff. So, but also it captures some of the other stuff, like for example, I don't know if I don't think it actually captures this, but kind of similar is soldering in the real world. You want some good ventilation for that, because otherwise you're gonna be having pain and lung cancer, because some solders contain some nasty stuff like lead. It's basically like a cigarette, so you don't want to be putting that into the air right around you, you know. So this stuff here, this is rare earth. Yeah, I would say soldering fumes are basically like cigarette smoke, but like 60 times more lead and antimony and other things that will probably kill you. So yeah, that's fun stuff. Very impressive that vein was, and I think we got all of that. Okay, we're being attacked. I think it might be a phosgene creeper this time. I figured out what they're called. Phosgene creepers. Okay, there's the guy. Stop nodding your head. I don't care. Just stop. Okay, I'm getting my niobium. This stuff is important for the cracking tower. Very expensive resource. You're not gonna have a lot of this. You're never ever gonna have more than like, I don't know, 18 pieces, because you're always making cracking towers and reformers. Of course, what I always recommend is that you don't actually do what I do when you mine the stuff, unless you actually need niobium. And that is not something you're gonna... Oh my, what a mess I've made here. Oh dang, another guy? There's diamonds down there. Hey buddy, you wanna get in that lava? Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Wow, they're going really crazy, and I see more on the minimap up ahead. But I gotta get my rare earths, because earths are good. So we're getting our earths. Oh yeah, by the way, if you have gunpowder and you fall in lava, you're gonna just explode. Yeah, that's amazing. So don't ever carry gunpowder into lava. That's a kind of a no-brainer, but if it says flammable / explosive, it's gonna explode when you touch fire. Oh yeah, I did see some ligneous rocks down there, but I just didn't bother to mine them, even though I can make them into coke. I got 2 stacks of coal here. I'm thinking that's good. I also got 18 plus niobium, which is very spicy. And I found a lot of gravel around here. There's some good amounts of gravel for making concrete. But we're not there yet. We'll be making the crete later on. For now, we're just going to be sending these zombies to the crucible, because that is a fun way to kill them. Hello, good sir. Come over here. Come over here. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. Slap, 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 slap. Oh. Well, shucks. I kind of wanted to throw the guy into the crucible because it's kind of funny. Yeah, well, better luck next time. Gonna go ahead and start making some oil. Let's go. Yeah, here comes the oil. We're making bitumen. We got 200, 330. I think we filled up an entire canister with bitumen, which is not good because you don't want bitumens at all. But you probably do want vitamins, so make sure you get your vitamin D today. It's kind of good. So yeah, we're ready to start using the chem plant for some things. Most notably, asphalt. What is this guy good for? Well, I probably would think a lot of things. This guy is cheaper concrete than actual concrete, because concrete is kind of expensive if you think about it. So we're going to take a look at concrete here. It takes a bit. It takes 8 sand and 8 gravel, right? This stuff is very similar to concrete. Costs 6 sand and 2 gravel. Ain't that interesting? Also, you don't need an infinite water source to mass produce this stuff. You just need to be insane enough to use coal for oil production. And I think we've checked all the boxes here to be making some bitumen. I mean asphalt, I just said that wrong and I just now realized what the heck. So we're gonna go ahead and get a template for this stuff going, but also, we got enough to make some other stuff. Now, don't we? So we got enough rare earths right here, these guys, to be making dash. Which, this is not how I recommend getting dash. I recommend getting yourself like a cobalt pickaxe, just so you don't have to do what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. What else do I need for dash blend? I don't know. Oh, dang, this is a very complicated alloy, but, lanthanium and boron are what I need 2 of. Neodymium, I got some of that in there. I think that's neodymium, like so. Now, lithium's kind of an interesting one, because we don't actually have any. How do you get lithium? Well, I don't really know. That's a problem, because you can get it from graphitic schist. I don't got any of that. You can also do electrolysis. Very interesting stuff. But we'll save all that for next episode, because for now, I think we've done enough for today. I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully, we'll get this vitamin situation sorted, get ourselves the chemistry stuff, and be good. So I'll see y'all then.